One, two, three.
Are you ready? Well, here we go.
I'm Lisa Mitzel, and this is Condition to Win.
And sometimes you just have kids that struggle and it's stressful sometimes, so. But if you put these tools in your pocket, things become a
Amen.
lot less stressful.
Amen.
Yeah,
Yes. Church of Positive Coaching.
that's right.
uh,
Church of Zen Tiger Mind.
Church of Zen Tiger Mind. There we go. Welcome to the show. I'm Lisa Mitzel, and that was the end of part one of the interview with Vanessa Atler. And the episode is called I Give You Permission. And you're going to find out why that's the title here in part two. And to summarize the rest of the interview, Vanessa talks about how she is healing and overcoming all the big emotions from the past, her childhood and gymnastics, how she wants to continually learn and be the best person that she can be, and what coaching really is to her. And that is telling the kids how much she likes them and how much she cares for them, and then showing them by teaching them these mental health exercises with this program, Resilience, and how she wants to give them life skills. So enjoy the rest of the interview. The show is sponsored by Zen Tiger Mind, and we are here for you, for the kids, for the coaches, and the parents. Enjoy the show. So we are working together, and I am equally excited. And I do want to ask a little bit. You're just starting the resilience program, but on a personal level for yourself, what mental health practices or emotional tools have you found to be the most helpful for yourself?
Um, wow, yeah, I still got a lot of work to do. So,
Okay.
I think really which I'm like really in the middle of is the self-compassion part, right? Is always battling that like, well, I should be doing this instead of just being kind to myself. Um, I think that most of all, and like I had said before earlier, was just like a huge part of our athletes today and gymnasts of how they're people pleasers, just always thinking outwardly how to affect other people and not asking yourself first, how do you feel? Why do you feel that way? And really having a lot of self-awareness. That's where I'm at right now is getting through that part. And I think I'm doing a lot better. It's very hard for me to tell myself, "Oh, just rest today." You know what I
Mm,
mean? Hey, you don't get all of those things checked off on your list,
yeah.
do it tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's okay. You don't have to write 50 things down on a list and get every single thing done. I've ruined my days off because of that too. It's like I'll have, okay, it's my resting day, but I'm going to do this 50 things to the house and with my kids and be super mom. And then I get upset if I didn't do it all. So it's just being okay with being normal and not having to be perfect about everything. And then that's okay. I think just being in that whole athlete um aspiring to be an Olympian and all of this stuff is just go, go, go. And you must be perfect and you must always try 100%. So when you're not doing that, it really makes you feel like you're a loser. You know what I mean? Like you're not living up to who you should be. And nobody tells you who you should live up to be except for yourself. So that's the thing that I'm working on right now. I still need a lot more help with it. And I really think that your practices will help me. I think that's another part that I'm excited about selfishly is doing some of these exercises for myself. Even when we did some exercises with the kids about self-compassion, I'm just going like, yes, it's okay to make mistakes, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. But the other parts that I think I'm excited about learning is I'm a coach that when I go to competitions, I haven't really learned how to be at competitions, like being a calm person and not caring about winning and stuff. I think outwardly, like I'll say, like, oh yeah, we're here to have fun. And like I feel like I know the things to say, but my body language and my actual feelings deep inside are like I'm competitive. I want to win. I'm nervous. I don't breathe. I'm also negative. Like someone's going and like she's gonna fall on her face. I'm just like, it's all of my old gymnastics of like who I was as a gymnast is who I am out there as a coach. And I've never worked on that. And I'm just always like, dude, this has got to get better because kids can read you so well too. And Kate, my partner, is amazing. She does beam and floor, and she's just so calm and just really exudes like everything's great and we're going to have a good time. And so when I'm feeling those feelings, I kind of like just back off into a corner and go to the bathroom and I go, you take over right now because my girl is this close to winning first place and whatever. And it's so funny because it could be like level 7, something silly. And I'm nervous about something like that. So anyways, so she's great. She's a great example of like who I want to be and like how I want to just genuinely not worry about it, but I'm not there at all. So I'm looking forward to learning about breathing and, good positive thoughts when I'm out there as a coach.
That's awesome. Yeah, that whole thing about my gymnast is really close to winning and she's got
Yeah.
more of it. Yeah, and I'm thinking, am I paying too much attention to the scores?
Yes, I am.
Am I doing what I'm telling my gymnast not
Right.
to
I am
do?
not walking the walk. I am not doing it. I tell these kids like it doesn't matter, da da da, and like inside I'm like,
I started reading, this is back when I was coaching at Stanford University, and I started reading this new book, this was in the mid 90s, early 90s, called Positive Coaching. And it was written by Jim Thompson, who's the founder of Positive Coaching Alliance.
Oh, I've heard of that.
And I just started, it was so out of the box different that this positive coaching, from what I experienced. Positive Coaching Alliance came up with the double goal coach, which is the whole person approach.
Right. That's on USA Gymnastics, right? Where they have the certifications on positive
It
coaching.
was, and it probably still is. I haven't,
Okay.
I haven't looked in the last year or two, but yeah, they do a fantastic job. But what I started doing, I think, and this is, I was in my 20s,
Okay.
I started opening my mind to the human side of sport and just being a person, just being a human. And so what you're talking about in this, our lovely challenges that we get when we're bringing our past with us,
Right. Right.
is really practicing gratitude
Mm,
for the past instead of it shaped me and now this is how I am. It's thank you for teaching me how I want to be now.
right.
And thank you for all the pain because I know that that has taught me, that
Yeah.
has given me wisdom, right?
Right.
And so that gratitude, thank you, really can ease the mind and the body. But I also have gone into learning a lot about and practicing meditation and mindfulness. And I loved one of these sayings. I wonder what you think about it, Vanessa. Maybe you've heard it. Maybe you've heard it.
Yeah.
But it's don't just do something, stand there.
Ooh, I love that. Yeah.
Just
I
be.
love which is sad. It's like I love the permission to stand there. You know what I mean? It's like it's so funny because it relates to I talk to this dietitian now, right? And it's about not about losing weight, about like healing. I'm trying to do like intuitive eating and all this stuff. And I'm like, I think I have a problem with eating at nighttime. I always want to like eat before I go to bed and I want to be full and da 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 da, whatever. And she's like, Vanessa, she's like, I give you permission every night to have a bedtime snack. And I was like, like, oh my God, you mean it's okay to have a bedtime snack? And she's like, yeah, you can have it whenever you want. You're an adult. If you want to have it, you can. And she goes, but that's the thing is that you find it to be something you shouldn't have. And that's probably why you want it so badly. But
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
release that expectation or that pressure of like, this is bad and it's
Yeah,
bad to not do something, then you can't enjoy it. You can't
Yeah.
you can enjoy resting if you feel like you're being bad because you're not
Yep.
doing something. So the permission to just stand and be there is a great reminder of that, I think.
That makes me think of you have an emotional history. I have an emotional history. Everybody has an emotional history. And that was patterns of not feeling good enough, patterns
Right.
of feeling you weren't working hard enough, patterns of, okay, so if I eat this, then I'm doing something bad, but I want to be rebellious. I need to do what I want to do,
Yes.
even if it's bad. And
Yes.
so those are all the thoughts and patterns that we have experienced. And so recognizing those patterns, then it's like, oh, so I've been doing that to myself. And now I want to release that. And I love this intuitive eating. I love how you were just describing the dietitian and how she was, talking to you about, I give you permission.
It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. Like I used to sneak down the stairs as a teenager this is late at night. You talk about nighttime snacks. I didn't do it for very long because I thought I'd get caught. But
Right.
but that was my being bad, but it was so fun.
Right? It is so fun. But see, those things aren't as fun anymore if you're allowed to do it all the time. I guess that's the main thing for me and just in general is that always that battle of I'm thinking that what I learned as a child is truth. And as I get older, realizing that isn't necessarily true, right? Not eating dinner is not good for you, or I don't know. In general, just if people are telling you that you shouldn't be doing something, and then I'm thinking that is truthful, right? So as an adult, I still have those same feelings of like, yeah, I'm being lazy, or yeah, I'm, eating too much or whatever. And then just that battle of this other person that has learned a lot of things throughout my lifetime of that isn't necessarily true or whatever, is just so hard. It's so funny because somebody told me, was it you?
Mm,
No, I think it was my dietitian was talking about how your emotions are so much stronger than your logical side, right? So whatever you learned that's very emotional as a child, even if logically you know that it's not true, those emotions are so much bigger. And it's much harder to battle that sometimes. And that's obviously why we have to work on our emotions and all of those things. Because I'm going like, why do I still think that I'm being lazy or I'm fat or whatever? And it's like because I learned all this as a child and in a very emotional, traumatic times. And so now I'm an adult with this logical side of trying to battle that. And it is very hard. So trying to be self-compassionate about that, it's okay that this is going to take some time to battle those emotions.
yeah.
Introducing Resilience, Zen Tiger Mind's new mental health and performance curriculum. It's a science-based program for kids and coaches to do short, simple mental health exercises together in 5 to 10-minute intervals. These are add-ons to your lessons and a great support for your business and community. Endorsed by Vanessa Atler, USA Gymnastics champion, Vanessa says, resilience is about building true mental strength, clarity, and self-awareness. If you're a coach, gym owner, or even a parent, resilience is something I couldn't recommend more. If you're interested, go to zentigermind.com/store. And this is a limited time offer of $80 off with code Vanessa80. That's Vanessa80. Thank you.
Maybe I'll read this short poem. I guess here's a perspective.
Okay.
Is do you want to actually see it as a battle, or do you want to see it as a learning experience?
Mm.
I love this poem. It's called The Guest House, and it's by Rumi. He was kind of a romantic and a very deep thinking, all about emotions and the human condition. And anyway, this is called The Guest House.
Okay.
This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
Wow. I love that. That is amazing. That's really great.
Yeah,
It's a great perspective to look at it that way.
yeah,
And um, not something that you're fighting, you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's great. I love that. Thank
Instead
you
of
for that.
yeah, you're welcome. So, who inspires you? It sounds like you're surrounding yourself with beautiful people for your healing. You know,
Yeah.
your staff, obviously, your husband, your children. You know, the people that you're going to for advice and life skills and healing. Is there anybody else who, or maybe among them, anybody who is your inspiration?
I think anybody that's trying to do good, Lisa, you know. I think most of all I learn a lot of my just wanting to be better is from my father. He's a very simple man, but is always just trying to improve himself and
Mhm.
being a good person. And I think I've just always admired, and he's inspiring to me all the time about just how he sits down and reads a book and calls me to tell me something he learned or sends me an article about something he learned. And he's just a great person. And he's just always been somebody that I've want to be like. And I think there's a lot of things, he texted me the other day saying how proud he was of me. And I said, well, I am who I am because of you, and because of my mom. And yeah, I think that's all we can be, or that's all that we can do is try
Yeah,
to be better, no matter where we've come from or what we've been through. We might be at different levels because of those things, but if we're always just trying to improve and be better and learn, then you should be happy with
yeah.
yourself.
Oh, that's wonderful. My dad inspires me too. He's a
Oh,
wonderful human being. Uh, well, let's just end with resilience. I think this is like
right.
such a fun, exciting time. Tell me what you've been reading so far and doing in the resilience program, because it does have various categories of
Yeah,
what I would call a hybrid of mental health and sports psychology,
yeah,
mental
for sure.
training. But what have
Well,
you been learning so far?
well, I think right now we got together with so since your visit, we've put up the tracking progress where we're going to be able to check off all of the things that we're working on. So the kids were excited about that. I think this week we've been coming together and figuring out how we're going to implement it into our workouts, right? So that's kind of where we're at right now. But this whole week, and I do want to ask you, I guess, some stuff, but this whole week we've been just going over the exercises that you kind of did in the dance room. And so we've just been practicing that because that's all we've started with right now. And then next week we're going to start on week 1, basically. And I think most of all, there are some of them where we're talking about when they're scared of something. So I have a lot of kids that, I mean, I'm sure everybody does, right? That are afraid of certain skills.
Mhm.
And right now we're working on just talking about what they see before they go and talking about that they are safe before they go. And a lot of them, it's so funny is, this instant thing of like, well, that works. I feel great, and I'm like, oh, it's taking your mind off of worrying about things. And, and they're really great. And then I have a few that are like, it's not working for me. They go like that and they're, I don't get it. I'm not sure. And it's funny because these athletes that say that are the ones that we'd already talked about. There's ones that they get distracted easily. And I think these ones that are distracted easily, they get a lot of distraction from a fear of failure. So they get distracted because they want to take themselves out of what's happening. We're working on fear right now. They're afraid if they work on it, then they'll have to do it, and that's scary to them. So they're really pushing some of the exercises away. And so I've done the thing where I sit down with them, and go, let's talk about this. Why don't you even just want to say it? Even if it doesn't work. I'm not telling you for it to work or that, and I go, and plus all this stuff takes practice. This is going to take a long, long time. It's not supposed to work instantly, and it's not about it working, So we have these talks, and it's been helpful where they realize like, oh, I guess I do need to work on this, and maybe this is why I'm pushing it away and stuff. But there's still that resistance. And
Yeah.
I guess my question is do you have advice on kids that are resistant to
Yeah.
being open about working on their mental strength?
Yeah. I'm guessing these kids are somewhere between 10 and 13.
Yes. Yep.
So there is always resistance before resilience. I don't know if I just came up with that,
That's great. I like that. Yeah.
but it's so true. We doubt ourselves. We look at a new tool that somebody just taught us and we're thinking, how can that solve anything?
Right.
Or why would I want to put effort in when I don't see that, my immediate success?
Yeah.
So patience, 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 patience. So that to me is one of the beautiful challenges. Well, who would like to feel more patient instead of feeling urgent and angry and doubting? Who would like to practice? Or let's just say today, the goal is patience.
I love that. I mean, that's something for me to work on too, but that's for
Yeah. And
sure. It gives them a focus of not this, I think, pressure for it to work. It's just,
yeah.
to work on patience. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I would even say, okay, for the next 5 minutes, we're going to make up a dance called the patient dance. And
Yeah.
I'm patient. You can make up a song. Woo, look at me. I'm patient. I
I
mean,
love that.
any skill, any mental skill, right? Any
Mhm.
mental health practice, you need to make it playful and you need to find a way to make it a priority instead of, okay, but we still need to do 10 kip cast handstands and
Right.
make 5 clear hip 2 handstands.
Right.
You got to let go of the physical achievement for the day because
Gotcha.
this investment
Yeah.
is going
Right.
to pay off. It's going to pay off.
Right.
Um, and you can always echo what the kids say. So this is something we learn in therapy. Raise your hand if you've been in therapy. Me, a lot of therapy, 2 hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is you mirror what they say. Oh, I hear you saying you think it's not going to work. So that allows them to hear it instead of just say it
Gotcha.
and just say, okay, well, we're going to keep practicing and I'm going to just hug you and love you right through it. Because we
Right.
can't fix it. You can't fix it. So the resilience program is meant to practice. And like you said, it's not meant for results in the gym. It will give you results when you continue to practice it.
Yeah.
So we're getting to the end. We didn't take the breath at the beginning. So we're going to pretend we're at the beginning of the
Okay.
okay. Vanessa, I like to start the interview with a deep breath to kind of get ourselves in this calm space. Would you like to take a breath with me?
Of course.
Okay, I'm going to ring this
Yeah.
bell and we're going to inhale for 4 and hold it for a few counts and then
Okay.
exhale and blow it out.
Okay.
All right, and you can imagine you're in a beautiful place. Ready and inhale and hold it and exhale. Shoulders down, hands are heavy, and smile inside. That feels good.
That's, I feel ready.
Well, I'm so excited to talk with you and Kate and Erica and support you through the resilience program. Just for our listeners, anybody who is interested, I'm happy to talk with you about it. Vanessa's given it just the most wonderful endorsement. I really have been in a state of wow connecting with you and seeing how you're enjoying it and looking forward to it. The compassion practice, self-kindness, positivity, turning negative to positive. And we're making tutorials right now for those who purchase it. And we'll put some out there as freebies for people to get a taste for this wonderful e-curriculum. You're able to use it on your small device. So for coaches and people who like that, I'm really excited to continue to support you guys.
I am too. And we are so thankful for you. And I think I just want to say, this is the best way to let kids know that we do care about them as a person. And we talk about it and we say we do and we do, but this is one of the best ways to show it. And also to teach them that it takes time and it's practice and it's to be consistent and to really show them that we're going to put time and effort into who you are as a person.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm most excited about. I talk about it with them all the time, but this is, I think, a great way for me to show and for our staff to show them that we love them as people and we want this to impact them for the rest of their life and have tools for them as they grow up to be adults.
I'm sort of like going, wow. So what I'm hearing, and just to clarify, is that the resilience program is one of the ways right now that you're able to demonstrate and communicate to the kids, we care about you as a person.
Yes, for sure. I mean, I can't think of a better way to do it, I think sometimes as coaches, we say things like this here and there, but being able to put our effort into a consistent program that's happening as an athlete, if my coach had done this for me, one, who knows how my career would have gone? And two, I feel like I would have been like, wow, they really do care about me. It's not about my skills or anything like that. It's about all of these other things that Zen Tiger Mind is teaching them and teaching me. So yeah, if you want to show your kids and your athletes that you love them and you care about them as people, I would say check out the resilience program on Zen Tiger Mind.
Oh my gosh. You just made my day, my week, my month. And it's because my intention is to be of service. And that's how I was brought up by my parents. And I feel like I think you said it before, we're aligned. It's like the right time.
This is the best way to do it. We really do want people to do this and practice it and find it important. And sometimes we're not all educated on it and we need help. And here it is. You know what I mean? So yeah.
And let's just put it out there for a limited time. If you use code Vanessa80, Vanessa80 at checkout, you'll get $80 off. So go to Zen Tiger Mind. Little commercial for y'all, but we want to share the goodness.
Right. That's right.
All right, my friend. Well, this has been wonderful. You're awesome. And
thanks, Lisa.
You're so welcome. And we're going to talk very soon. Okay.
Sounds good.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Well, that's the show. I'm Lisa Mitzel. I'm honored you chose to listen in. Check the show notes for information. Share your thoughts in the comments. Give us a positive rating if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe. Okay, my friends, this is your journey to grow and learn and guide yourself to your own transformation. I am sending you good vibes, deep breaths, and peace.